Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, going to be real quick with this video as I am in a rush, but wanted to put something out there as we had a very nice day today. Let's start it off with MJ, which is the ETF. So we have confirmed the bullish reversal candlestick. We followed through with the inside bar bull break, but in terms of the sector ETF breaking its lower high pattern, we need a break of 33.73 and 33.93. So anything under those levels is a lower high. We have to keep that in mind. That being said, individual names are already breaking bullish. We have, obviously, KRON and MJN have already broken bullish, and WEED is likely to break $30 and break its lower high pattern tomorrow as well. So we'll be watching for MJ here, but in my opinion, we're likely going to set a lower high compared to these resistance levels, and then from there, we'll have to set a higher low and a higher high to change this trend and see a more significant bull MACD cross and follow through. Hourly RSI at this point, seeing how extended we are, not too overextended. An hourly higher low that the bulls want to maintain is 31.81. So you can see, you zoom in to the shorter term time frames for more details. If I look at this daily chart, I can't pick out any supports aside from the low of the day, the past couple days. But if I look at the hourly, that gives me more information and a more clear support level to be watching. So we closed strong enough that we're looking for gap up opens, in some names that is. KRON here didn't really close up near the high of the day, and that was a decision. I was at the end of the day, I literally had in the last half hour a buy order filled out for KRON and a buy order filled out for TWMJF, which is WEED, and I was going to go half and half in both of those. I entered WEED earlier when I saw more significant strength. I held off on KRON. I saw a little bit of weakness on KRON, and I decided to put that all in WEED in terms of doubling up with the size of my position, because obviously the strength at the end of the day for WEED was way more than what we saw on KRON. So look at this volume on KRON. It's continuing to pour in, just huge volume. This is now over 500% what used to be big volume for this US ticker. And again, this is the previous US ticker chart, and then here's the ticker change and the NASDAQ volume pouring in with the big boys. Like I said in the last video, all these names are going to list on the NASDAQ or the NYSE eventually. And we just had a press release after hours on WEED mentioning that same fact. That's only going to help the gap up tomorrow as well. So for KRON here, I was a little bit more hesitant. Again, we ran 27% in 2 days. That is significant, obviously, and the bulls are tiring out a little bit. We did break all kinds of resistance. The only resistance we have left is 10.05, 10.30, 11.22, and the all-time high. So we're marching our way to the all-time high. We are in breakout mode above the upper Bollinger Band, and the bulls are still being backed up by the volume on this move. But just in terms of risk to reward, my money, I was more comfortable and was liking the end of the day action better in WEED. So the same thing here on KRON. We need to look and see where's our hourly higher low most recently, and it's here at 927. So we can see our low of some significant pullback this morning, our high, higher low, lower high. So we have a really nice equilibrium pattern. Let's see if it's more clear on the 15-minute, and it is. So here is the ranges I'm watching. And apologies for the white trend lines. I'm used to the black background, but no time to change it. We're going to just go with it. And we've got the tightening equilibrium pattern. So the range right now on KRON, 950 support, 989 resistance is the shortest here. Shortest range to be watching. I initially took profit this morning before this dump. I saw market weakness. I sold in the 950s and 940s. Missed my refill here by literally 3 pennies before I got in. And ended up having to get in later, made a couple more trades. And lots of nice volatility for trading opportunity today. But again, just a little bit unsure in the strength of the bulls for continuation from these levels. So I went with WEED. Look at that close. WEED was a perfection follow-through day. Second time we've seen, or the first time we've seen two green days in a row in the past 3 weeks. Increasing bull volume is what did it for me. That is very notable. And here we are, of course, right at resistance. If we break $30, which is pretty much a sure thing pending bearish news coming out overnight. If we break $30, we're looking to break the lower high pattern, and the next key resistance is the high of the last bounce, 31.35. So $30 looking good to break first thing. 31.35 is the next level. And we are looking to change this trend. Let's see what the weekly chart looks like longer term now. Don't lose sight of this weekly chart because an equilibrium pattern is more likely than not. We have our high, our low. We will be looking for a lower high on this weekly chart to be set somewhere in the low $30 range, and then we're going to have to consolidate again. So just because this daily chart is showing the first signs of the bulls doesn't mean we're going to be heading right back to the all-time high. It's possible if we were to get a NASDAQ uplisting in the next 2 weeks, which I don't expect, but if that were to happen and we saw a big bull volume pour in, we could make our way back to the all-time high. But again, more likely than not, this weekly equilibrium pattern will likely play out due to all the volatility we've seen, which would mean looking for a lower high to form somewhere in the $33, $34 area. That's just a rough estimation. I have to take it one day at a time, obviously. I'm personally going to be looking to take some profit tomorrow because I'm not going to be greedy. This bull move has been really strong for a couple days. We're a little bit overextended. The hourly time frame was a rocket ship at the end of the day. And depending on your situation, if you're a swing trader, you could put your stop loss at break even or put your stop loss below 25.61 here and ride this longer term. If you're a shorter term trader, you're watching those hourly RSI levels and watching to see if things get overextended. So the first test tomorrow will be, can the bulls break 31.35 in the first half hour of trading? And we'll see where we get that gap up to see how close we get to that level. APH, not nearly as strong. So APH has a lot more work to do. We saw declining bull volume. It was follow through in terms of a green day, but anything under 1541 is a lower high on the daily. So you can see WEED is pennies away from a higher high, and here we are essentially 10% away from a higher high on the daily chart. So the bulls have a lot more work to do to prove themselves on APH, and we're not close to changing this daily trend just yet. In my opinion, we're going to have to see a daily higher low and a higher high to change this trend, because the odds that we're going to see a 10% move from where we currently stand to break resistance after already seeing 2 green days in a row is not likely. ACB also followed through, closer to breaking the daily lower high pattern, but not there just yet. 1109 has to break. Volume pretty much the same as the past 2 days, on the verge of a daily bullish MACD cross. So essentially WEED is pretty much, I'd say, a 95% chance to break its lower highs tomorrow. APH, unlikely. It's the weakest of the big three, and ACB is in the middle. So that's where we stand. If we're looking for hourly support levels, higher low on ACB, 1052 needs to hold. On APH, the higher low that needs to hold is 1350. Very clear hourly supports here. And for WEED, the hourly support's all the way down at 2776. So we ran away from that hourly support. So that's where we stand as we head into tomorrow. I will be looking to lock in some profit and not be greedy tomorrow. And we will see, can the bulls break 30 and 31.35, which would be best case scenario, ideal day for WEED. KRON, if we can break 10.05, we will still have some continuation. But again, the bulls are a bit more tired in the sense that we've already run 27% in 2 days, and money is now going elsewhere. Think about the risk to reward. So the risk to reward entering on the bull news that the NASDAQ is now buying is favors reward. After you run 27% on that news, take some profit and put it into other names that are going to be potentially uplisting as well. And of course, that PR being put out by WEED here at the end of the day is trying to attract people looking for a place to put their money, looking for the next NASDAQ uplisting. So nice job by the team at WEED to strike on the hype and momentum, realizing that MJN is benefiting immensely from being on NASDAQ and wanting to capture some attention from potential investors for that same reason. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you over the weekend.